channel Love, Relationship and Marriage. And this is where we bring to you stories about relationship, about marriage, actually the realities, what is on the ground. That is what we bring to you. And before even we embark on our topic for today, I want to thank you, those who have been following us, those who have subscribed to us. We really appreciate. And you, returning subscribers, we really salute you. We salute you. You who has not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscription button and we will appreciate a lot. Comment down below and like the video. And today we have a wonderful topic to discuss. Actually, let us not call it wonderful. What do we say about it, Jacqueline?
A controversial topic.
Exactly. A very controversial topic. It is a story that is going on right now. A very sad story, actually, because it involves death of someone, which is very sad. And as a parent, I really feel it.
Yeah.
And that is why we decided to talk about this topic, so that we can warn our young people and actually advise them, not really warning them, advise them on the dangers that can be involved in such a scenario we're talking about. We are talking about this lady who is called Scarlet Wahu. Scarlet Wahu is a lady, a young lady. She was, I think, 23.
Yeah.
Was it 23 or 26?
23.
Yeah.
She's young.
So it is said, for those who have not seen the story maybe, that Scarlet Wahu was in America. She has actually spent most of her time in America. She learned there, she went through school in America, and she found this gentleman through social media, to be specific, Facebook, and they started communicating with this guy, and they developed a relationship, and it's like they began
dating.
They started dating, but dating online.
Yeah.
And therefore, this is a gentleman that Scarlett had not met. And therefore, since they had already known each other in Facebook, they decided to make it
official to meet.
Yeah, to officially meet physically. And therefore, Scarlett traveled all the way from America to Kenya. And they booked an Airbnb. That one is slightly hard to me. Airbnb in an estate in Nairobi. Nairobi is in the capital city of Kenya. Kenya is in East Africa and in Africa. So they booked a house where they were supposed to spend their night there. And it happened that when they went there, this guy was a serial killer. And it happened that it's like, according to what I'm hearing, I don't want to talk a lot because the case is already in court. And it's like this guy, according to the witnesses who have gone to court, it's like he looks for a lady who has money, rules her to go into a room, takes money from her, and kills her. And that is what he did to Scarlett. So he actually, I think he was forcing this lady to give out the ATM and to give out the money in their phone. And after that, I think maybe she was resisting. It happened that he stabbed her on the neck and on the thigh. And then he came out and closed the door and left the girl inside the room dying. So the girl died out of bleeding. Very unfortunate. A very sad story. And therefore, there is a child background. Maybe you are hearing the voice of that child. We are shooting in the house. Therefore, there are some children making noise. Therefore, we decided to come here and maybe highlight what are some of the red flags. Maybe we start with that. The girls should look out for when you are dating someone you have never met, someone you have not known, someone who is a stranger to you.
I think first it's the thing for online dating. Nowadays, because of the modernization of relationships, people feel like you can meet online and go meet a complete stranger without even knowing them, or you interact with them on the phone and you feel you know them, then you just meet them without protecting yourself. So I think first of all, it's to remember that even if you meet online, it's responsible for you to take care of yourself first. Meet in a place where there are people until you know this
The
person
first
for
date.
sure, because this is the first date. Even if you text and you do what and you feel you know the person, you really don't until you meet them and you get to see them and you get to know them very well for some time after meeting in public. Then you can start. Is we are rushing things too fast because there has been a lot of cases in terms of killings. And we rush so fast into relationships, we don't check the characters of the people we are dating. So these people have taken advantage for the young girls who want to be married or just be having a good boyfriend who looks good but maybe a serial killer. So you must learn that there are people nowadays, as we modernize, there are also people who are taking advantage of like Facebook and Instagram and those modernized systems of dating to now take advantage of you. And you must protect yourself first. You have to love yourself enough to protect yourself.
Exactly. Because if Scarlet had chosen to meet in a public place, maybe this would not have happened. Alternatively, she can be accompanied by a friend. Exactly. And I'm sure when you are dating online, it is actually very hard to read
the red flags.
The red
flags.
flags.
Not seeing the face of this person, and you can't see their reaction.
And we're not saying that dating online does not work, because I actually know a couple that says they dated online and they came and got married, and they are happily married actually. That is Gian Domo and Rachel Gigi.
But I think they are also young.
Yeah, they are young. They have stayed in marriage for quite some time. I think almost 10 years now. They're going to 10 years. And they met online. But what we are saying, when you meet a stranger online, it is very, very important to meet in public or be accompanied by another person, or rather even tell another person after some time, you can come and check on me. So that you don't put yourself in danger. Because technology is here with us. There are so many dating online. But how can you be safe? By making sure that you are at another person to come and check on you, or you be accompanied by a person, or you meet in public, not in a hidden place, the two of you. The other thing that I learned, Jacqueline, about this guy was funny, and I think this lady would have detected something about this guy, because he literally carried an AIDS kit to test. And it is said he's the one who carried. I'm talking about the social media information. I'm not sure of it. But it is said that this guy had carried an AIDS test kit so that they can test themselves, and he doesn't want to get sick. So every time he meets a lady, because there were two ladies that witnessed that he has ruled them into the same thing, and the second lady was fortunate, she came out alive.
Wow.
But the same scenario, the same case followed her, and he actually removed 2 knives and threatened her. But fortunately, I think she was a little easy to get, and she gave him the money he wanted, and therefore she escaped without being hurt a lot. But she was struggled the neck. What are we saying? And the other thing is that girls, because it is said that this guy portrays himself as a rich man. And it's like he rules most of the girls because of the fact that he has money.
He looks rich.
He looks
because
rich.
He's stealing technically. I think women have come to now have very high expectations, and we're in a place where we don't like working. I think our young girls don't like working. They would like shortcuts. And our parents used to ensure that they don't take shortcuts, they
Yeah.
take the longer routes. But nowadays, people want to take shortcuts, and
Yeah.
the shortcuts are costing us more than we
Yeah.
initially hoped. And I think it's time for most parents and most grown-ups to stand up and just tell our young girls, you can easily get here.
Yeah.
Just give it some years. Don't hurry things.
Yeah.
In the name of money, or you see this one jackpot, jackpot, and let's just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Because that will cost you a lot. First of all, he won't have any respect for you.
Yeah.
Because technically, he will detect you are in for the money.
Yeah.
How you talk, how you interact, he will know you are in for the money. Because if I'm not interested in the money, it means I won't care whether you take me for a date, where you take me for a date.
Yeah.
If you take me to a kibanda or where, you're just interested in eating the food. You also will have conversation with the person. These people, most people who are interested in the money will go to take pictures of the place. They are interested in showing their friends where they were taken. So all these things are important to you. So he will start detecting this is what you are in it for.
Yeah.
So he will not have any respect for you. And you can't pretend for long.
You can't.
You can't pretend
You can't
for long.
pretend for
Your
long.
motives will always come out.
Yeah.
So which means he won't have any respect for you. If he doesn't have any respect for you, then it comes to a place where now he can treat you however he wants.
So in other words, girls should learn to stand on their own even before you get into the marriage. Even if you're not employed, you can look for something to do. At least have your own coin before you start looking for someone to date.
And even if you don't have, let's say you don't have a job.
Yeah.
You can at least try to do something that promotes you so that you're not relying completely on the person.
Yeah.
You're trying to grow yourself. You see, if this person detects that you're asking for money, you go buy clothes, you don't think how you are accustomed, they'll try, they talk to you however they want, then throw the money at you because they know that's what is important to you. So you have to also determine, is your value just defined by
the money and whatever the person has?
Yes.
And it's very unfortunate, Jacqueline, because I was reading some of the comments in social media, and this guy looks a thug, and he also looks very funny. And people are asking, how did this beautiful girl get to be involved with this guy who doesn't look good looking? Let me talk about that. Although everybody is beautiful in the eyes of the beholder, but people are wondering, how did this beautiful woman get attracted to this guy who doesn't look handsome and who looks like a bag and get involved with him, and even to an extent of going to a room with him? And I think according to the information I was getting about this lady, is that one thing what attracted her most is about the riches of this guy. Not knowing exactly whether the guy is rich or not. Because it happened that he was actually not rich. He wanted to steal from her. And actually, after stealing from the victims, he will either beat you or even kill you. So, what are we saying? It's not marriage and relationship. It's not about money. It's not about what people have. And if you are not a prostitute, let me talk about that. If you're looking for a serious relationship, like Jacqueline has said, then you're going to invest on yourself. You stand on your two legs before even you go to look for someone else. Because one, if you're just coming here as I'm sorry to say that, because most of us, it's not our will that we are not working. But at least even if it's selling sweets on the streets, just do something to have your own coin. Don't rely on someone's money. And I can tell you out of experience, relying on someone's money in marriage can be very frustrating. And it is one of the factors that makes marriage not to work. The other advice we can give them in reference to Scarlet's case is that what? What else can we tell them in reference to that case?
I think lower your expectations in what you want. you can find someone who can grow to somebody. You have to see, I think most of the people say, if you want a marriage, you have to see a vision of who that person can become, how hardworking they are, how they carry themselves.
In other words, give yourself time to learn the person.
Yes.
Don't just date online. And the first day you meet physically, you want to go with him in a room.
Yeah.
In a room alone, where you cannot even scream and be heard. Because I remember reading that this girl tried to contact the brother.
Yeah.
But it was already around 2 a.m. at night. So it's like the brother never picked the call. And if this lady had taken time, don't be in a hurry like Jacqueline has said. These are somebody you have met physically for the first time.
Yeah.
Get to know them. Get to know their character. Get to know their friends. Get to know where they come from.
Yeah.
Don't just rush to a room with someone who is a stranger to you.
And it's unfortunate that it happened. That happened to Scarlet.
Yeah.
But for us, it's so sad that it will happen to another girl. So it's
people
important.
Don't run.
Yeah.
You know, Jacqueline, I saw a channel the other day, a channel about gold diggers. The one about gold diggers. I need gold diggers. And this channel, I saw he would come with a vehicle and stop it on the alongside the road and stop randomly in a ready and tell them, can I have your number? Can I start a relationship with you? And most of the girls could say no.
Or they even start.
They say no. See, he has approached them.
Yeah.
So they will first refuse because of the way he's dressed and the way he is. But the minute they realize that the vehicle belongs to him, they get into the vehicle with a stranger. They start telling him to take them to a hotel. In other words, we are saying, don't be carried away by what the person has. Because you can enter into a very bad trap of the serial killers.
Also have
and even ladies.
Even have value for yourself.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you feel good doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any lady who wants to go in the first time and you have already gone to engage with the guy.
Yeah.
I don't think that's good. I don't even feel you'll feel that you're important to that person. You will never feel that, and you will always feel you're just being used. If money is that important to you that you don't even place any value on yourself. Just because of a vehicle. You don't even know whether this vehicle belongs to you. Don't even know where the man got the vehicle from. Yeah. You don't know what he does. Yeah. You know nothing about him. And actually they were actually proposing to this guy. Can we go to a hotel? Can we go to... And I wondered, what is happening in the society? Yeah. People should learn to work on their own work. And I love most of the ladies that say, I have brought up my children single-handedly. I work to develop myself before I get someone. I have my own life and I want to develop myself before I come to be engaged with someone. Yes. Then the lesson that we learned about Scarlet is that sometimes I think us as parents, I don't want to say that the parents to Scarlet have not raised her well, but I think we have a role to play in guiding and directing our children. True. Because our children, when they go outside there, they have too much trust in strangers. Yeah. And they actually give themselves to a total stranger. I think we also have to love. I think even for me as a young parent, love is something that we have to teach our children. Yeah. Because if they are used to, like, your parents are going to work and you're left in the house, they were used to being shown a picture of money was more important than you, which means they don't put any value on themselves. You start with you see as if the money is everything. Yes. The way we bring up our children. The way you're brought up, you must show them love. We concentrate so much in money more than
and developing our children,
Yes.
and checking how the directions they are choosing,
Yeah.
and telling them how the relationships work, and telling them the kind of people they should come across and date.
Yeah.
Very, very important, because this is a young woman. She had a whole life ahead of her.
Yeah. And now
She
it's
had
the man.
plans and goals and vision, which have been cut short because of meeting a man she did not know.
Meeting the wrong man.
The wrong man.
Yeah.
And actually she died a very painful death.
True.
A very painful death. And we are really sorry to the family of Scarlet. And we really hope that girls learn from this scenario.
Yeah.
You learn how to know people before you actually trust them.
Yeah.
And we have already said what you should do when you meet a stranger, a total stranger. If you're meeting your spouse or your fiancé for the first time, it's good to get to know him. It is better even they visit the parents, even before you go to rent a room.
Parents, it's too far.
Or even friends.
At least friends.
You meet with friends, you discuss, you get to know who is this person,
Yeah.
their values, their character, what do they do. Because I'm sure Scarlet even didn't know what this guy does for a living.
Yeah. You just assume he's a good guy, which is so bad.
And you just assume he's a rich guy, you're umeangukia, and therefore you're going to harvest, a boom harvest, but you end up being killed, or you end up being raped. Like that girl who was talking about the same gentleman, she's saying that she was rude to him because he was portraying like he's rich. And when they went to the room, he started asking her for money from the M-Pesa, which she transferred. And then the girl was narrating, she experienced very bad experience with that guy. So please, young people, get to know the people you are dating.
Yeah.
Don't get involved in a very intimacy relationship with a person you don't know.
Yeah.
A person you have not sat with him physically for some time. You get to learn who they are and what they do and what they think. So that you can be safe. We need you. And you are needed by your parents. You are needed by your relatives. Don't put yourself into a risk with a total stranger. Is there anything else you can add?
No.
Quite sad story. And we hope that you have learned from what we have said.
Yeah.
And we hope we can be able to save only one girl from entering into such a trap with a person who doesn't even care about your life, doesn't care about anything. Actually, it is said that he smokes bangi. You know, this is a person who is not normal. He cannot control his emotions. And it's very, very important we learn from what we hear.
Yeah.
So that we can be safe. And I think until the next video,